We will not condemn the actions of Hamas.
I'm not actually familiar with that specific peace proposal.
And I'm just like, I don't know. Oh my God, my brain hates me.
Hello everyone, today we're here at University of Denver to check out these students who have set up a pro-Palestine encampment. Are you on the media team? Just 'cause
I am, but
the yellow vest, I figure.
Who are you guys with?
Palestine.com. What exactly motivated you guys, the DU students, undergrad and graduates, I assume, to come together to show your support for Palestine? What exactly motivated you guys?
What motivated us? All the deaths, all the killing. We are here to stand for a free Palestine, not just a ceasefire. That is only a start.
What exactly do you mean by freeing Palestine?
I feel like other people on the team could speak better to this. I might have you see if you can interview Marissa after it. So I do want part of that cut from the record.
Don't worry, we'll make you look good.
So a free Palestine is about liberation, about self-determination, able to have access to water, food.
What would you say about the hundreds of thousands of tons of humanitarian aid that has been led in and facilitated by Egypt and as well as Israel? And they're facilitating humanitarian corridors and areas to where civilians can live and be away from the violence.
How can it be sufficient when we see videos of people being shot trying to get that humanitarian bread?
Are they shot by IDF soldiers or Hamas militants?
Shot by the IDF.
وهذا قتلونا ابن عمنا امبارح.
امبارح هم قتلوا ابن عمك ليش؟
انا عارف قال عشان رايح على المكالمه مش عارف ليه.
And how can people say the humanitarian aid is sufficient when people are in refugee camps like Rafah and then that refugee camp is attacked?
What would you say then to sort of the critics who have noted that Hamas has launched rockets from the Rafah refugee camp to the Kerem Shalom crossings that were trying to facilitate humanitarian, and then they had to shut them down because the rockets were launched and killed Israeli soldiers?
I honestly do not know those details. I can't answer that well.
Totally fine. We'll scratch that from the record. What would you say about the 2 million Arab, Muslim, Palestinian civilians, citizens of Israel who have full and equal voting rights? And they want to stay in Israel and they want to live in Israel and for Israel to continue to exist. Do you think they've been brainwashed to an extent?
And I think I'd want that one scratched too.
When we want to free Palestine, do you agree with the slogan, from the river to the sea?
The reason I don't want to respond directly to that slogan is because in the current context in which we are in, particularly even at the University of Denver, the university has chosen to pretty systemically focus in on that phrase in particular and say that's anti-Semitic.
What are your thoughts on the 2008 peace proposal made by former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert that pretty much offered all of Gaza and the West Bank and a shared capital of East Jerusalem to create a Palestinian state? What are your thoughts on that?
I want to get Marissa is my thoughts on that one. I appreciate the fact that you guys know so much. You know, I've heard people talk about that and I'm just like, I don't know. Oh my God, my brain hates me.
You know, I was going to ask your thoughts on the 2008 peace proposal from former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert, who offered all of the West Bank, Gaza, and a shared capital of Jerusalem to create a Palestinian state with its own sovereignty. Like, do you have thoughts on that? Disagree? Agree?
I'm not actually familiar with that specific peace proposal.
When did you sort of start getting involved and start learning about the history of Palestine and whatnot and the conflict?
Honestly, I didn't start learning about it until October 7th.
So obviously we know what Hamas did on October 7th, and I'm not saying you guys are pro or anti that.
We've said we will not strike that. I sound like such an idiot. Camp has decided we will not condemn the actions of Hamas. People have the right to resist. Peoples have the right to resist when they are occupied. and that is what is happening. This is an occupation.
What are your thoughts then on Israel withdrawing completely from the Gaza Strip in 2005, making it no longer an occupation of Gaza? Does that still justify the attacks on October 7th? And then one other bit to that, what are your thoughts then on Hamas's 1988 charter stating that it would want to kill Jews worldwide, not just in Israel, and, you know, fighting against the occupation?
And I'm going to nix out on that one. And I would like to find Marissa because she is someone who has some of that sort of depth.
You rolling?
Yep.
I'm rolling. I notice you're wearing a Jews for Ceasefire shirt and
I
not
am.
in our name. Are you Jewish?
I am, yeah.
And so let's say we are able to accomplish our goal of freeing Palestine. Where exactly should the 7.2 million or so Jews who live in the state of Israel go to?
Sorry? Yeah, I believe in a one-state solution.
A one-state solution. What are your thoughts on Hamas wanting to, in their charters, say they want to kill Jews worldwide? Would they be able to run a government with 7 million Jews also living in the state? Hamas, you know, do you think they're a valid governing body to run this proposed one state?
Not in the current form, no.
Not in the current form, but we can reform it.
Sure.
Okay. Feminists say stop sending arms, I'm assuming, to Israel. I'm wondering if they know about the Hamas raping and sexual abuse of Israeli women and hostages on October 7th and beyond. Not sure if they know about that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe they just don't care about Jewish women. We have a sign here that says, "Stop Israel War Crimes." I'm curious if they know about the deliberate killing of civilians by Hamas. It says here on that map that Gaza is surrounded by a heavily fortified perimeter by Israel, but it does not mention that Egypt has that same fortified perimeter on their border. Interesting. I see a lot of white women here. They're drawing. That's so cute. I wonder if they have finals to study for. At least here they have a diversity of tents and not the same green ones we've been seeing on campus. I wonder if the anti-Zionist Jews know that the word Israel is mentioned 2,500 times in the Torah. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Probably not. Here we have two lovely white women reading, picnicking, enjoying the day. I don't think they realize that if their ankles are showing like they are there, they would be decapitated by Hamas terrorists. But you know what? We won't ruin their day. And once again, we see a large group of white people. They are apparently circling up now. A very formidable force here of about 20 people. All right, folks, they have started to play One Day by Matisyahu, who is obviously pro-Israel. I'm not sure if they know that or they have not done the research like with most things here at this encampment. I'm glad they're for peace, but they're also for freeing Palestine, and they don't condemn Hamas. So I'm really getting mixed signals here, guys.